Hey there guys, welcome back to another episode of Spartan Crew Gaming, and today we are talking about Middle-earth Shadow of War. So a big interview went down on IGN, and they showed us a bunch of concept art of some cities, some armor for Talion, and some just crazy awesome stuff. So I'm going to split the video into three areas. We're going to talk about the regions and cities, then we're going to talk about the Orcs' influence on the regions and cities, and then we're going to talk about armor for Orcs and Talion. And there's a bunch of cool concept art that gives us some really big hints and some really cool locations and all kinds of stuff to what's going to be in the game. So let's jump into it. So first off, I'm going to start us off with Cirith Ungol. So here we have an interior vista of Cirith Ungol. So this is like, I do not know if it is a path to the city of Cirith Ungol, because Cirith Ungol is above the clouds, high up in the mountains. I'm super excited to go there, because when I show you the concept art of the city from far away, above the mountains, oh my goodness guys, it looks awesome. But this is the interior vista. I do not know if this is under the city or it is like the mountain pass to the city and you go through the mountains. I think it is. I do not know. But it looks so awesome. I was really wanting us to be able to fight in mountains, and it seems like we're going to have some pretty expansive cave systems to fight in. This looks really cool. I don't know if those are goblins that are going to be in there or if it's mostly going to be orcs. Probably orcs, since orcs are basically the main thing in this game. I don't know if they have the rights to the goblins or not, but really cool to see goblins in these caves as well. But nonetheless, this looks super awesome. But let's see the outdoor vista of Cirith Ungol. So Cirith Ungol, from the outside, seeing the city in all its glory, it looks amazing. This is the city I really want to go to most in this game. It is above the clouds. It looks awesome. It is overtaken by the Warmonger tribe in this picture. And gosh, it looks amazing, guys. I cannot wait to go there. I'm just super excited. You can see like this troll pulling a cart across the bridge. The city just looks massive. It's a huge fortress. And the Warmonger tribe has a really cool aesthetic, but it's just above the clouds. And there's nothing cooler than being above the clouds. I mean, really, look at this. It's amazing. So I'm super excited to go to the city. I cannot just explain how hyped I got when I saw this concept art. I'm like, dang, that's a big city. It's above the clouds. The diversity that they are bringing to the regions in this game and the open world is just blowing my mind. They've really put so much effort into this sequel, and I hope it delivers, because this looks awesome. The next place we're going to jump to is Gorgoroth. It's like right next to the Tower of Sauron, so let's go there. So this is Gorgoroth. It is the concept art for the heart of Mordor. It's in the heart of Mordor. There's so much lava. It looks desolate. It looks bad, evil, and very industrious, very Mordor-esque and Sauron-y. Lots of iron, lots of industry. Very Mordor-esque. It is I think it's during the day, but it's very cloudy. Maybe the Mystic Tribe owns it, because the Mystic Tribe has that effect when an Overlord takes over, which we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But also, we get to see a picture of it during the day, or at least when it's less cloudy. And it looks kind of beautiful. I think that the Marauder tribe actually controls it right now, because, like I said a few seconds ago, when tribes take over certain areas, they bring their own color palette. So if you have a overlord from the Marauder tribe, they're basically like pirates, right? They love their gold on display. They love to show off their loot. Well, it's going to be more sunny when they're controlling the region, because each overlord has their own color palette and how that affects the region, and then each tribe affects the region too and its infrastructure. So there's more sun. So if you're in a Marauders region, there's going to be a lot more sun, so that the gold on their castles can gleam. But if the Mystic Tribe owns it, it's going to be stormy with lightning and very dark, very shadowy, very Mordor-esque like usual. But it's really cool to see that there's these different just different looks for each of the place depending on the tribe, and I'm really interested to see what the two extra DLC tribes bring to the game. If they put a lot of work into them, I'm really excited for those as well. I know not everyone likes DLC, but still, I'm excited to see what all the tribes can do all together. Nonetheless, if you look out on just the vista of Gorgoroth, I really hope we can walk on those lava fields. Maybe not though, because it's lava. I don't know, but these regions look absolutely massive. I'm going to put a few other things in the background as well. They have some cool industrious buildings just in Saragost, and some outposts. Nothing too important. But Gorgoroth and Cirith Ungol were the most important things to show off here. So let's jump into the next point. Let's talk about the Orcs' influence on the regions. So now we're talking about how the Orcs influence the region. There's not as much about this, because I kind of covered it in the last point. So I'm just going to show off the images of the different monuments they have. So there's some really cool things that the Orcs can put up, And, we know how the orcs influence the region with their looks. Each tribe who takes over the area is really cool because, if you have a necromancer tribe, this fortress is going to look pretty dang scary with lots more skeletons and all kinds of cool stuff. Or if it's a marauder tribe, it's going to look more gold. If it's the warmonger tribe, it's maybe going to be more, with iron and, sharp-looking fortresses that would be hard to climb up. Or maybe if it's the machine tribe, lots of cogs, all kinds of different things. But it's really cool to see how the orcs can influence the region. But some of the things that really interested me were some of these monuments, so we're going to talk about those. So we see here that there's this Terror Tribe monument, and we see that there's actually like blood on the tip of it, and then like it goes into a vat, and then goes down to like a little pool at the bottom. So this kind of looks like almost a sacrificing altar to like Morgoth, maybe? I don't know exactly what everyone did in worshipping Morgoth back in the days of Lord of the Rings, or like before Sauron and the Lord of the Rings. But during that time when there's the big wars going on in the First Ages, this looks like pretty horrifying and pretty evil. The Terror Tribe looks scary, because that looks like a human up there. And then, there's blood dripping into a vat that's going into a pool. So, very, very intimidating. I'm very interested to see, just what effects these tribes really have on the regions, and how scary and how cool they're going to be. There's the Slaughter Tribe, who's coming in the DLC, and I wonder how slaughtery they're going to be, because the Terror Tribe looks pretty intimidating. We also see this really cool Feral Tribes monument, so it looks very, I think, prehistoric. And it looks just cool. There's like a dragon or a drake bones in there. There's human skulls. It looks like there's some kind of beast's head up there. We do not know what that is, actually, so maybe there's a new beast in the game. I don't know. It might have tusks. Maybe it's like one of the great beasts. I don't know. It looks really cool, and these bones look awesome, and, just showing you that the Feral Tribe owns the region. You can see it's made out of stones and bones, very much more prehistoric compared to the other tribes. We see the Marauder Tribe monument. This one's really cool. It's very, chiseled, very, very well done. It looks like he's holding a human sword. You can tell the Marauder Tribe like to be more sophisticated. They're like pirates. They love their loot. They like to look cool. They like human stuff, probably, and he's on a chest of gold in the statue. So, theirs is pretty cool. The Terror Tribe one really had me interested, though. Also, we get to see some of the banners. Just pretty straightforward. They're banners for the Feral Tribe and the Beastmaster Tribe banners. Really cool just to see these different ones. The reds are for the enemy, and the blue, of course, for you when you take over these places. Of course, another monument we see here is like the this crazy one that is for the Necromancer Tribe. It's kind of freaky. It's like all these skulls and things together, and they're all like holding each other. It's really interesting, really cool to see. The Mystic Tribe looks pretty terrifying as well, and pretty scary. Not too much there to dig into other than they look pretty creepy. So now that we've seen the monuments and how these orcs and stuff affect the region and the different banners and stuff, that wasn't the most, meaty section, but some of those monuments are really cool, especially the Terror Tribe. Very interested to see, how many of those are going to be across the land, and they look like almost sacrificial things to the Dark Lord. So it's very interesting. But next we're going to be talking about armor, and we're going to be talking about the orcs first, then Talion. But the cool thing is, and I forgot to mention this, the game is actually using photogrammetry for some of the landscapes. So I'm really, really psyched about this, because photogrammetry was used in Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2, and the newest one that's coming out is number 2. Hasn't come out yet, but the first one from 2015, made by EA and DICE, really beautiful. The game looked awesome. It sounded great. It wasn't the best game in the world, but it looked amazing, and they used photogrammetry pretty much on everything. And so they are using photogrammetry in this game for some of the visuals. I think mostly the landscapes, but very excited to see what they do here, because this game just looks better and better with every gameplay reveal. But let's talk about that armor. So first off, I'm going to show you these images of some orc armor. We're going to go with the Mystic Tribe. We've seen them quite a bit, actually. It's like this really cool armor. There's the daggers in the corner. We saw this in the gameplay reveal, very cool looking, but then we actually get to see this other orc who's from the Terror Tribe. He has like nails and a skull on his head, and it looks pretty crazy and terrifying. I'm supposing that's what he's trying to do. But then we also see this like orc glutton who's huge, and he looks so awesome. He looks like kind of that troll from the Hobbit movies, the first one when they're in Goblin Town. Kind of looks like that. Really cool to see these just different variety of orcs. And also we see this other thing, which is like it's the Machine Tribe's hook. And what's really cool here is that each tribe has some specific weapons just to that tribe. Now, it might just be one weapon, but each tribe has their class weapon, but they also have a special weapon. So they have two weapons that are just for their tribe, which is really cool, or maybe even more than that, but it sounds like they're just saying 2 weapons in this interview. But like the feral tribe, for example, has a gauntlet and has talons that shoot out, sort of like a Wolverine type attack. So that means you have to gauge that orc differently. So we also see here in a picture, and I'm going to put it up there, is the machine tribe's like claw. And this thing, I don't know exactly what it does, but it's probably going to grab onto you or an animal or something and claw you and pull you back. Like, you'll have to fight that differently. And it's really cool to see something from the machine tribe. We haven't seen much from them, but we do get to see some of their weaponry here. It does look a lot more mechanical. Very interested to see what kind of different weapons each orc tribe is going to have and how that's going to affect us. It's really cool that each tribe has their own unique weapon and like their own unique class weapon. So that's cool. I do not know how many weapons that means, and I am kind of paraphrasing. So it says each tribe has their class weapon, but they also have a special weapon. So that is directly from the article. Take what you will from that, but it's really cool to know that they at least each have their own special weapon. I don't know what they mean by class weapon, like if each class and each tribe has their own special, like, unique looking weapon. I'd imagine it would be unique to each tribe and how it looks and stylized. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what they bring forth with the orc armor. But now we're going to jump on to Talion's armor. So a lot of people are going to be excited about this because they revealed Dwarven armor. So you can wear Dwarven armor. The armor in these pictures I'm showing right now, it looks very Thorn Oakenshield-esque, except made for a man, of course. We also get to see some of the blades and the swords for the dwarves, and I'm going to put those in the background, and the bows and arrows as well. That will be coming up. But we see the Dwarven armor right now, and it just looks awesome. The 2 armor sets they showed off aren't too much different. One has a little more gold in it, and like the shoulder pads are slightly higher. But I'm really excited to see how much they are just really building up this loot system. It looks awesome. And then, of course, we see some Elven armor as well. These 2 sets look pretty similar. One, I think, has a headpiece on it. Really cool to see that. And then, of course, we see the bow and arrow. Now, what's cool here is we see that there's different kinds of bows, but they're not all wraith bows. So I don't know if this means we'll actually get to fire the bow and arrow without being in wraith form. I doubt it. I always kind of wanted that, but I understand it's kind of a wraith ability, and I don't mind doing it in wraith form. It's pretty cool. But it's cool to see that, like, each different thing you can get, a new bow as well, which I forgot to mention that in the last video when I was talking about gear and loot. You can get new bows as well, and it's really cool to see that there's these new different kinds of bows and weapons and swords. They do show the Dwarven swords, which will be on screen right now, and they look really cool, so I'm really excited to see what we can do for Talion in this game. So we've basically covered everything in the video, but there are a few things they talked about, include the Nemesis system and such. So they were talking about how there are just so many different permutations and possibilities of orcs being different. They've added new piercings to the orcs, so they're going to have some cool looking, jewelry on their faces that's Mordor style. Sauron's making his own fashion line. The orcs love it. It's selling amazing. But nonetheless, we just get to see this much larger pool of personalities and different body animations. They said they have an incredible amount of facial animations, a much larger pool than what they had in the last game. And the content's procedural. That means the art is created by the character art team, is procedural, and can be combined in many different permutations to fit a role, a tribe, or a personality. So the facial animations are associated with that character is procedural. Even the body animations associated with that is a procedurally generated. So like the body animations for each character and each tribe person in that character are like procedurally generated. So lots of procedural generation, lots of zeros and ones and coding that had to go into that. I imagine that was a nightmare to code probably. But nonetheless, really awesome to see such a deep system into the Nemesis system, and I'm glad they're expanding it. So that is basically it, though. There's so many things you can do now, lots of different scars since you can slice guys in half and do all that fun stuff. But nonetheless, guys, I am super psyched for this game. This interview got me so hyped, even though it wasn't a video. We got to see some really awesome locations, and hopefully this video, guys, gave you a lot of info. I'm really excited to see what they're going to reveal for these last 5 days of the IGN first run that they're doing with Monolith. And I cannot wait to see what they reveal to us and what I can report to you guys. But guys, I am so hyped for this game. I hope it's great. I think it's going to be awesome. The first game was fun, but this game even looks better and is improving in every way. Thanks for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me what you think of the game, of course, and how I can improve my content as well. This is your commentator, Spartan Crew Gaming, signing out.